Alright, hello, thank you so much for purchasing with Medium Emary. Today we're going to give you a tarot card reading. So I have my tarot cards to begin. I will sage a little bit the area. Sorry if you hear a little bit of echoing. I am filming this in my bathroom because everyone is sleeping at the moment. So my baby's sleeping as well. I am in the process of moving. So everything kind of is a mess in my house, but I'm going to have my own workstation and workspace by Monday, so I'm really excited for that. And when I film my readings, I'll have literally a desk and space, and I'll have light, and it's going to be really nice. Alright, so I'm just saging the area and the energy, and then we'll do a quick little prayer, and I have my phone to look back and over your questions. And your name and info will be confidential. I will only discuss what I feel with spirit and your questions. Let's see here. Alright, let's do a quick little prayer, right? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. I ask spirit guides and angels to the person I am focused on to reveal to her now what she needs to know in this present time. I ask spirit guides and mind to help me interpret the information to her in the best of my abilities, and that the information that comes through may come through as accurate, specific, and detailed as possible. I am now open to receive. Thank you. Anything of negative vibration or negative energy is not welcomed in this reading, as I ask to receive information from God's purest intention, God's white light. Thank you. So I have a white candle lit for spirit itself. I always have a white candle lit when I do actual intense readings, and today I just feel like having one lit. So, okay. This one's a special one because it's the candle I use in my actual private readings when I go and give readings in this actual store that I work in. So it's really nice. My manager gave it to me. So it lasted a while, and it usually stays on for like hours. Alright, so I'm shuffling your cards on. Alright, so let's go over. Here we go. First question. We're selling our apartment and it's taking a little longer than we want. Would you have an idea of when it will sell, please? Alright, so it's taking a little longer. So I'm going to just close my eyes for this, and then I'm going to pull out at least 3 cards for this question. So what I'll do is each question I'll pull out at least 3 cards, and then I'll just channel and tell you what I'm feeling. There's something telling me that this is happening for a reason. I feel like either a lot has been happening in general besides the selling of the home, but it can be on a personal thing that's going on as well. So there's something where they're telling me that this stalling, this delay is happening for a reason, and it's happening for a good reason. You won't understand it now, but you will understand it later. You'll be like, oh my God, thank God that didn't happen so fast in that time, because then probably we wouldn't have been able to deal with it, or it would have been a lot of stress on us, etc. But there's something where this time and delay is needed, I'm feeling. I can't explain why, but it's something I'm hearing Spirit telling me right now. It's something, this delay is needed, okay? Alright. So, actually, your last card is pretty powerful for this answer. I am feeling here there is some lack of where you're feeling like, is what I've been like, is the money I put into, the hard work I put into, is it worth it? Will I get this reward back in return? And there is a lack of it. So what I mean by lack is you need to have more belief and faith that it is worth it and the rewards is worth fighting for. So it's more of like have hope still and keep with the faith. Don't lose it, okay? And it is worth it. I also have this card, which is a very powerful card as well because it represents stop trying to defend yourself or defend the situation. It's just gonna happen when it's supposed to happen. Like stop forcing it. That's another reason sometimes when spirit likes technology, like if you're putting a lot of work itself and you're forcing it or you're trying to make it happen, it's not happening. It's because it's not supposed to happen right now. When things are supposed to happen, it's just supposed to happen naturally, and it just flows and it just works, and you don't even need to like stress yourself out. It like happens. So it's more of like it's all in good time. It's when spirit feels like it's ready, and when it is the right time. I don't feel like right now is the right time. I feel though it is gonna happen very soon. Okay, there's just something about like this delay is needed. This time where it's not happening. It's supposed to be happening. But what's really cool is that you got the last card, which is victory. You will be able to sell it eventually, and there's victory in it. So don't lose faith, like I said, and don't force the situation. It's going to happen naturally on its own. Now, time frame I'm feeling, which is interesting. So I feel like I hate saying things like if it's negative. It's more of I feel like you need to hear what you need to hear more than what you want to hear. I feel like it's gonna take a while. Um, Not a really long time, but I would say at least the longest, I would say 8 months, 7, 8 months. I really feel like you guys will eventually sell it and have someone that's really going to buy it and all these things. And you're going to sell it by 8 months, the latest. Um, if anything, a year, but I would say 8 months, 7, 8 months past half a year. That's what but for me, it's the most concrete person, the most concrete time, because I feel like you will get people, but they will be indecisive or flaky, things like that. So my time frame, I'm feeling 8 months, 8 months, yeah, sometime 8, 7 months, I would say half a year, the earliest half a year, 8 months. So keep that in mind. I feel like this is going to take time, but there's something, like I said, where time is needed right now, and it's like I feel like they're saying, don't worry about it. It's going to happen. Just enjoy the process, even though I can imagine it's very stressful. All right, hon. So I'm going to move on to your next question. And it's interesting because, like I said again, it's really going to happen concrete within half a year, latest 8 months. You will get people, but it's going to be flaky and yeah, you're going to want to get the right person. That's another thing I'm hearing. You want to get the right person. You don't want to get somebody that's going to be like not responsible or not take care of the place, or you want to like get somebody that you're going to like and feel comfortable with. So yeah, so that's what I'm picking up with that. Next question. My fiance has been really moody, angry this week out of what seems nowhere, and this makes me nervous because of what happened in February. Could you please tune into his energy and let me know what you feel is going on? As you know, he's not too communicative, says his financial. Okay, so I'm going to pull out 3 cards for this. I don't feel anything wrong, to be honest, in the sense of I don't feel like it's like anything serious. I feel like he has a lot of insecurities and he doesn't like talking about it, like I said. It's a struggle he has with himself. So again, I don't remember what I say in past readings, but I do feel like again it has nothing to do with you, and I think that's something. It's weird because I feel like he really does care about you, and he gets frustrated with himself because he tries to want to be the best potential that he can be for you and you both as a couple, and when he feels like he's not like worthy to that extent, he beats himself up about it, and then he like kind of reflects it on people subconsciously, and he kind of gets, like a bully a little bit. But that's because he's just mad at himself. That's something a lot of men go through, and it's something that a lot of uh, people who have low self esteem go through that because they expect themselves to do better, and they want to push themselves, so in the end, they just beat themselves up about it and they get frustrated. So I feel like what your partner, sorry, your partner's going through right now is more of a frustration thing and a insecurity thing. So I feel like there's nothing to worry about, nothing serious. Um, just something he's going through, and I think he is telling you the truth that it is financial, and I think he is telling you the truth that it's something personal. I don't think it's anything you need to worry about or be scared about. Just more of I feel like just find ways to make him feel safe. Find ways to make him feel like, find ways to help him like relieve the stress or forget about it sometimes and not think so much because I do feel like he's always in his head and he's analyzing everything and his head's always running 1,000 miles per hour. So it's kind of like have him escape sometimes because he doesn't allow himself to escape so much because he's always wanting to. I wouldn't say he's OCD, but it's more that he is wants everything to be right. You know, he wants to do everything the right way. So, and if he, like a perfectionist a little bit, so if he doesn't do it that right way, he kind of like drives himself crazy about it. Okay, so I'm gonna pull 3 cards on for that question. Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm hearing something of the heart. So I don't know if it's like an actual health thing with him, like the heart area, or it's like an actual energetic thing. But I feel like he needs to work on the heart chakra area. I feel within his chest there's a lot of pressure. So if it's not health wise, it is energetic wise. If he believes in this stuff or is into this stuff, maybe you could help him um, find ways to work on his suppression. He has a lot of suppression in his heart chakra area. So rose quartz is really good for that. I feel like he holds a lot of stuff from the past that he has to release, and it's hard for him. So that's what I mean by help him find ways to relieve it or find ways to not be get so deep into it. Something with a heart area. So if it's not that I'm picking up somebody in spirit from his side that suffered heart issues, it can be, like I said, something with the heart chakra for him, or if he has heart issues. But if anything, it's the heart chakra area. Something is pointing to the chest for me. Very interesting card. So this card represents a man that is, uh, how do I say it? Goal orientated, wants foundation, wants things to happen, wants to go after what he wants to go after, but in that process, there's this delay and frustration and frustration and fear of what's happening and worrying at the same time while he's going after this thing, this goal or this idea or this foundation or this routine, you know. So it's interesting because you're talking about frustration. This card came out, so he's kind of frustrated at himself. Like again, don't make it. Don't think it's something wrong with you. It's him realizing that he's feeling like he's not being his full potential to make both of you happy. So he gets it out in himself and gets it out towards himself. So it's like it's a worry thing. It's a frustration thing. It's definitely that, and it's something that like I said again, it's something that needs to be, you allowing him to feel safe or relieving of that or um, helping him find ways to not dive so deep into it. So it's like him being that hero, but then like having worry in his eye while he's going after this. Okay, so that's what it represents. It's who he is right now, and it's interesting because we were talking about his frustration. And there's something about, I don't know if this has to do with him or you, but there's something about somebody that's into the arts or drama or something like that. And either it's not happening in the way that they thought it would, or there's frustration in their creativity or in their art form or in their designing or whatever they do. So if it is him, this is why this is occurring. Or if not, it is you. So keep that in mind, hon, okay? And then last but not least with the situation, in the end, the life goes on. So it's nothing to worry about. Like I said, all these things that are happening right now is fated. So it's like it's all part of your soul plan. It's something that it's fate, it's destiny. So all of this has been planned already. So everything you're going through, like this was planned, and life keeps on going like a wheel. You just keep on going, life keeps on going, and it's gonna get better. Okay. All right, hon. On to your next question. What can I do to trust again? How do you see a relationship? I keep it all inside, but these unfolded doubts can be torture. I want to feel better. Does spirit have suggestions? So, oh, it's so funny because I just read your fourth question. So I didn't read your questions when you sent it to me. I just really read them right now, and you just said you're an artist, so that card is interesting. And you're saying, very interesting. Okay, let's see here. One thing I have to say is I want you to choose love instead of fear. Do not choose fear. When you choose fear, you allow negativity and negative thoughts to take over you. And with negativity and negative thoughts, you attract those things and they can manifest in your reality. So, my best guidance for you that I'm feeling spirit telling me is to choose love over fear. Whatever happens, happens. Whatever's meant to be is meant to be. I don't feel like anything's going to happen again with him. I really don't. I feel like he wants to better the situation and he's kind of upset. I feel like he's frustrated with himself and what he's done and how the situation's been due to the past. And I feel like he wants to get better, but it's really hard because he has old habits. His personality is not easy, so it's hard for him to deal and cope with himself. So it's kind of like have patience. There's something with have patience. Sorry, I'm sitting on the toilet. It's making noises. Have patience because another thing I'm hearing is that people work differently, and I feel like he has his own way of expressing, and he has his own way of coping and dealing with his emotions. So it's more of just having patience and understanding that's his way. I don't feel like he'll ever change how he expresses himself. So really appreciate those moments that he does and just have patience. I feel like he will open himself up to you with time. It's just more of he's just how do I say it? Allowing himself to find ways to cope with everything. And I feel like it's not easy for him because he's not used to that. He's not used to dealing with his emotions, and I think he's realizing he has to do that while being with you. He has to do that being with you because he can't hide things anymore. He can't, he has to be open and honest. So just know that. I just feel like with time he'll get better, and the trust, like I said, the guidance that I'm feeling for that is to choose love over fear, and you'll eventually not learn to just, it's not about trusting him, it's more about trusting yourself and trusting that, okay, I am with him right now, and I'm trusting myself to allow myself to be with him and to trust the situation, not him. Okay, remember that. You're trusting yourself. You're learning to trust yourself and not trust him. You're learning to trust yourself in following your intuition on whatever happens. And with love, you'll always find a way, and spirit and your angels will always point you in the right direction. And again, I don't feel like there's anything to worry about. I really don't. It's more of just being able to deal with him during this like shift because he's going through really different shifts right now. Kind of like think of somebody who's transforming. He's going through a lot of transformative moments. Okay. And it's all part of this spiritual process that he's going through and you're going through together. Okay. So with my guidance for that question is to choose love over fear and trust in yourself, not him. And trust in yourself and trust in what you're deciding right now and what you're doing right now. It's you. Okay. One second. Sorry, hon. I had to check up on my baby. All right. So on to your next question. So I'm going to pull out 3 cards, the last three cards were mainly focused on him, so I feel like those three cards did answer the first, the second, and third question that you gave me. So I'm going to go to your fourth question, which is in regards to art. Um, should I add to my style something or more marketable, or should I take action a different way? Well, three cards for that. No, I feel like you should continue the way your style is. I feel like your style's fine. I don't feel like you should change your style at all. I'm feeling spirits telling me your art is good, your art is good. But there's something about branching out in different forms. So I don't know what kind of art you do. You probably do the art, but there's something about digital. So I don't know if you take photos. I don't know if you make posters. I don't know if you make catalogs. There's something about diving into digital. So maybe you can, I don't know if you do photography too. I don't know if you can take photos of that art and make them into posters or flyers and give it to people, and then people can see at least a little sample. I don't know, but there's something about um you could take this and do whatever you want with what I'm telling you, but I'm feeling spirit telling me this strongly, and there's something about digital. Okay, so photography or taking a photo of your painting and then like passing them out as posters or flyers or giving samples like that, something with digital. So keep that in mind. Maybe it'll ring a bell as I'm telling you that, but there's something about that, and I feel like that's going to help. So there's another thing I'm hearing as well as branch out. So don't just think of it as this one form or this one way of selling your art. There's so many ways of selling your art without doing it like in like a certain way. There's so many things you could do on the internet with media, with networking. So spirit's definitely telling me to branch out. And there's something with branch out and find different ways, to advertise it. Not just with a gallery, but maybe you could advertise it with jewelry or with shirts or with I don't know, but there's something about using products or like uh, uh, using your art on different things, and you can sell it like that, starting like that, and then also something with digital. Please keep in mind that's coming in very strongly. If you don't know what it is now, like think about it, and then like I don't know, go throughout your day, and maybe it'll come up, and a thought will come up tonight. But oh my God, now I know what she's talking about. But keep that in mind, okay? So I'm gonna pull out three cards for this. There's something about that. Maybe you gotta do photography. I don't know what it is. Okay. Beautiful cards. There's nothing to worry about with your art. It's more of not being afraid to branch out in different forms. So the only thing that's being lacked is the concept of you reaching that outgoing self of yours, reaching that full potential of yours where you can branch out, like I said, and find different outlets, okay? But there is this card where it says you have the power. You have the power to make it, to manifest it, to make it happen. So there's nothing negative out of the situation. I really do feel like it is possible. I see you promoting it in different forms. Now, it's not that you're not going to do art, it's more in different forms. So you promote your art with the art being on jewelry, with the art being on t-shirts, with the art being on, I don't know, but I also feel there's something with digital too, where you can take photos of the art and make it as flyers or posters or something with photography, something really interesting about that I feel like you could branch out in. And what's cool is that there will be a celebration for this, for your art and for your style and for the whole package. All right, so there will be a celebration for this. Keep that in mind. I really do feel like it will happen. There's just something about branching out and digital. Okay. I don't feel like you're going to sell the art very soon, unfortunately. I don't feel like you're going to sell it. It's more of you got to brainstorm more and network with people that make jewelry or make t-shirts, make clothes. I don't know if it's like putting your art on clothes or putting your art on making art on jewelry or mugs or putting your art pictures like on certain things, and maybe you could sell it on the side, and that can like trigger people to be like, oh, that's beautiful art on a mug or art on jewelry or art on like pencils and leggings. I don't know, something really cool like that it's coming through, and I think that will help you sell your art by putting it on things. And then maybe that's what the digital is coming from. If not, maybe it can be that you do photography too, but maybe the digital is like posters and flyers and things like that. But I don't know, it's just coming through, and I think it'll help you a lot. So keep that in mind, brainstorm, and something is going to come out of that. I really feel that strongly. All right, let me see here. Your last question is, I have a court case that's taking forever to resolve. I believe it's lingered this long. The lawyers are slacking, but can't change them now. Can you see any resolution and when? With this court situation. So I'm going to shuffle the cards again. What's interesting is I feel like it was about to be resolved. Something delayed it, something made it stop, like you said. I don't know why. Maybe not enough information or whatever, but something stopped it. I felt like it was ready, resolved, if anything. Let me see here. No, I don't feel like it's going to delay anymore. I feel like you're going to get notice or news very soon. I feel like you're going to get notice or news very soon. Not that I'm saying it's going to be resolved, but you're going to get some news soon. So either you're going to get a letter informing something, a court date, or something about it. So I feel like it's in the going, it's in the process. It's like moving, like, but it's like a little bit slow, but it's gonna start moving. So that's a good thing. I just feel like there's gonna be some news. You're gonna be getting a letter soon, or getting a notice or something very soon. Yeah. But I do feel like this has been very emotional for you and a very hard process in the sense that there hasn't been victory due to the fact that you said it's been delayed, okay? And there was some form of defeat that occurred with this whole situation. But I don't feel like it's gonna be resolved yet, like actually like done and finished. I do feel like it's going to be in motion now. There's something about getting a news or a letter or some form of notification very soon, like a letter or a court date or time or a meeting or something like that very soon. I would say within a couple of months or so, a couple of months, I would say. Um, and that's a good thing. That's what I'm feeling with that. But I don't feel like it's going to be resolved soon. I would say the longest, probably within a year and a half, the longest. I would say within a year, I'll probably be almost done. I'll be almost done within a year. I feel like, yeah, within a year and a half is the latest. But I feel like it's in motion, and you're gonna get a news. You're gonna get some form of notification very soon, within a couple of months. A letter saying to meet at this date, or a meeting, or something of notification of the information of it, or a phone call or something, or some news expected, something. But it's going to be in motion, but it will take a while. Uh, yeah, that's what I'm feeling with that. It's weird because it's something that's so. I don't feel like it's something that needs so much thought into it. I feel like it's pretty obvious, you know. I feel like it's something that should have been resolved already. But you know how the court system is, and things take a while through that. So don't worry about it though. It's in motion. It's just slow. It's just slow. Latest, I would say a year and a half it'll be like complete. But I would say within a year or so it should be done already. But within a couple of months you will be hearing something, some notification. So probably like earliest 2 months, but I would say a couple of months, 3 months, if anything. So just keep that in mind, hon, okay? So I'm gonna leave you with that. I very much hope you enjoyed this reading. I don't feel like there's anything to worry about. I really do feel like it's more of this is just a growing process for you and for you both, but I feel a lot of spiritual growth happening between you and your partner. I feel like you guys are getting better with each other. I know he lacks communication, but I feel like he's trying to work on it in the best way that he can. And I definitely feel like there's a spiritual growth that's been happening with you as well. So either you've been spiritually opening yourself more, or tuning in more, or having more awareness, but I feel like Spirit's acknowledging that. And Spirit just wants you to know, choose love over fear, choose love over fear, and always follow that gut feeling and learn to find that sense of being able to not trust him, but trust yourself and trust the decisions you make, and the gut feelings that you get. You know, it's you. You're living with yourself. You know, you have him, but you're always going to have yourself. So you always want to feel comfortable with the decisions you make. You always want to feel comfortable with accepting yourself in situations, accepting what life you choose to live, what people you choose to have in your path, etc. So it's more of learning to trust yourself, not him. All right. So I'm going to leave you with that. Lots of love from the heaven above. Thank you so much for reaching out to me. I can't wait to hear from you again. I'm here if anything, and many blessings. Namaste. Bye now.